Hello again and welcome to another in our continuing series of Fly the Wing 5-minute flight maneuver videos. This month we focus on the sometimes forgotten maneuver, the go-around. Now it might help to change your mindset in that you're always ready and prepared to go around during the landing approach, until and unless everything comes together in your approach and you indeed actually end up landing. In other words, think of the go-around as your plan A and the landing is actually plan B. A go-around can occur anytime during the approach. It may be the result of a request by tower due to sequencing, a hazard on the runway, maybe another airplane or an animal, wind shear, wake turbulence, or perhaps even an unstabilized approach on your part. The go-around is not strictly an emergency procedure. It's a normal maneuver and it must be practiced and perfected in any airplane you fly. The earlier you recognize the need to go around, the safer the go-around or rejected landing will be. Now you may tend to delay the decision to go around because you have this unrealistic landing expectancy in your mind, or due to pride, the mistaken belief that going around is somehow an admission of failure. To become a safer pilot, you must work to free yourself from this way of thinking. Improper execution of a go-around stems from a lack of familiarity with the three cardinal principles of the procedure: power, attitude, and configuration. The instant you decide to go around, first smoothly apply full power without hesitation with carb heat off. Step 2 is to level off, stop the descent, and build up to flying airspeed again. Now, if the plane's been properly trimmed for landing, the addition of full power means you're really going to have to push forward on the yoke to keep the nose from pitching up prematurely. You can rough trim the plane at this point if you want, but be sure you're flying the airplane and it's not flying you. The third step in the go-around is configuration. Generally, full flaps produce more drag than retractable landing gear, and most light trainers climb fine with something less than full flaps. Check your own plane's POH, but as you level off and build flying airspeed, get rid of that last notch of flaps. Then, depending on whether there's an obstacle to clear, accelerate to either VX or VY and then begin to climb. You never want to climb out of ground effect at less than VX, and you don't want to retract all the flaps this close to the ground, as that results in sink from the loss of lift. Be sure to use a lot of right rudder too to keep the plane coordinated after you add full power to counteract torque and P factor. This will also help the plane accelerate and climb faster. All right, let's climb into the sky lane and go practice a couple go-around scenarios.
The sky lane today demonstrating the go-around maneuver. We're at Borrego Valley Airport. We're on final approach right now. Plane set up to land. I've got it trimmed for this descent. I'm actually descending at about 75. So keep in mind, if I decide to go around, the moment I decide that, I need to apply full power and not hesitate. Maybe something came out onto the runway or it doesn't look like I'm otherwise stabilized. I add full power and then I level off. Don't start the climb. The flattest part of the airport is right over the runway. There's no big hurry. I just level off, stop the descent rate, take out the last notch of flaps, and then I can begin to climb. I should offset in case there's another airplane taking off or landing. I'll be able to still see the runway if I offset to the right. This works great on single runways, not so much on parallel runways. After I get my airspeed to a climb, I'm up to VY. I can bring the flaps out one at a time, milk it out, keep the climb coming, and it becomes a normal takeoff. The important thing to know is that if the plane is trimmed to land, when you add full power, it's going to try to stand on its tail. You're going to need to push forward on the yoke to stop that nose from coming way up and to basically level off and stop the descent.
As you practice go-arounds in your airplane, here are a couple of common errors to be aware of. Not recognizing a condition that warrants a go-around in the first place, or delay, denial, or indecision in initiating a go-around is a big problem. Failure to apply full power or not applying power smoothly is another error. Improper pitch attitude. Remember, you have to level off and stop the descent first, then build airspeed to at least VX before you even think about starting to climb out. Another error is improper configuration. If you had full flaps deflected, in most light airplanes, you're going to want to retract at least one, possibly two notches of flaps in a go-around. Consult your plane's POH for the exact procedure. Be sure to add go-arounds to the regular mix of landings and other maneuvers you practice from time to time, and certainly learn the go-around characteristics of any airplane you're transitioning to. Fly safely, and I'll see you again next month for another Fly the Wing 5-minute flight maneuver video.